A man armed with a shotgun who fired shots at a Northside home is dead tonight. Shot and killed by Spokane Police just after 3 o'clock today. That shooting happened at Indiana and Monroe. We have two crews covering the story tonight. McKay Allen is in the 1400 block of West Buckeye, where witnesses say the whole thing got started. First, KXLY4's Tania Dall live at Indiana and Monroe, where the suspect was shot and killed by Spokane Police. Tania.
Good evening. Yeah, investigators are expected to be out here for several more hours. The sheriff's office said the situation could have been much worse with so much traffic coming by this intersection and nearby businesses open. Take a look at the surveillance video. It was shot by a nearby business. It catches a high-speed chase. Witnesses say the gunman was driving a Chevy pickup, stopped outside the Sherry's restaurant, jumped out of his truck, ran behind that restaurant, and then started running westbound past the Spokane Tribe of Indians office. One witness says the gunman was firing rounds into the air from a rifle. Witnesses say police asked him to stop and drop his weapon, but he just kept running, and that's when witnesses say police opened fire, shooting the man in the back. He went down, he fell, actually collapsed on the lawn outside the Spokane Tribe Indians office, and this is what witnesses saw.
All of a sudden I saw a guy running with a gun right along the Indian Center there, and then the police cars came, and they kept on telling him to stop, and he started running, and they shot him.
I wasn't really aware that it was happening quite yet, but they were firing, and I thought they tasered him because I saw him go down. And so I thought he was tasered, and then Mark ran out and was like, no, I think he's dead.
A man with a shotgun came running out, and he was like this, looking around for a place to run to, and I see the gun in his hand, so it scared me. I locked my door, and then he starts running down the sidewalk, and right at that point, 5 to 10 officers, I'm not sure how many, because gunshots started coming, so I just ducked.
All the cops come flying down Monroe and all swarm in the intersection right here, and then I look out, and behind Sherry's a guy came behind Sherry's with his rifle, shooting it in the air up everywhere and shooting it in rounds up like this, and then all the cops got out of their car and ran up to him and just opened fire at him.
Even though this shooting involves officers with the Spokane Police Department, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office and the Washington State Patrol are investigating the shooting. They have not released the name of the gunman or his age. We're being told that it is connected to an incident that happened at a nearby house just a few blocks away. And if you're headed in this direction, investigators, detectives are going to be out here processing the scene for several more hours. We're even being told that they could be out here into the early morning hours. Reporting live, Tania Dall, KXLY4 HD News.
This entire situation did start at a home on the corner of Buckeye and Cedar. And that's where witnesses say the suspect pulled up in his white truck and opened fire. KXLY4's McKay Allen is live in that location tonight. McKay?
Yeah, that's what witnesses told us. We had 3 different witnesses tell us that the guy drove up in a white pickup truck and opened fire on a house right there behind me. He pulled up, got out of his vehicle, got into the backyard and started firing. He started saying while he was in the backyard, "Come out, I'm going to kill you. Come out, I'm going to kill you." We're also told it was likely his father he was looking for inside that house. Witnesses told us he fired between 5 and 8 shots. They then heard sirens. He then ran out of the yard after firing those shots into the house and got in his truck and sped away. He sped, we're told, right past Spokane PD officers who were struggling to turn around. He was heading southbound on Cedar. At that point, he ended up, as we know, over by Monroe in Indiana. Now, we talked to several witnesses here at the scene at Buckeye. One of them expressed shock and just awe over what he saw and heard.
I guess it's a little shocking because, you know, it's right next door. You know, it's right next to you happening, and so doesn't sink in till a little later, you know.
Now, witnesses also told us that they weren't exactly sure who lived in that house permanently, but they said they have seen the man, they have seen the white truck before, and they have, you know, said that there have been fights at that house before. But again, this is where the whole thing started. 5 to 8 shots fired into that house as the guy was yelling at someone to come out, threatening that he would shoot them. This is where a brief chase began that ended with this man's death. Reporting in North Spokane, McKay Allen, KXLY4 HD News.
McKay, thanks. Well, this shooting makes 3 fatal officer-involved shootings since August.
Scott Creech was killed during a confrontation outside his Spokane Valley business, the Plant Farm, on the night of August 25th. Spokane County Prosecutor Steve Tucker still has not ruled if Spokane Sheriff's Deputy Brian Herzl was justified in the shooting.
And on October 25th, Spokane Valley police officers shot and killed a 50-year-old Quentin Dodd. Witnesses say Dodd came at the officers with an obsidian knife.